Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel, to our coffee times together. And today I bring you another movie review. We have Knives Out.
It's coffee time.
I have to be honest here, the first time that I saw the trailer, I was a little bit conflicted because I did like the ensemble of characters, with all of these amazing actors, and I love myself a good mystery, a good murder mystery. But then again, there was comedy in it, and it was filmed and directed by Rian Johnson, who I still have not forgiven for Star Wars and for him ruining the franchise. Sorry if you are a fan of the new movies, but not really a fan here. So I was kind of conflicted, but I decided to give it a try, and I am happy that I did because I absolutely love this movie. So this movie is an American murder mystery thriller directed and written by Rian Johnson. Apparently this movie came out in the US at the end of 2019, but it did not hit theaters in Germany until the 2nd of January. So basically this movie in Germany is a 2020 release, I don't know, but I went to the cinema as soon as I could to watch it and ended up enjoying it a lot more than I expected. The movie is mainly based in the mansion of a rich family that is celebrating the patriarch's 85th birthday. So they all come together to celebrate, but like in all families, they have their disagreements, they have their problems, and of course they have their secrets. So in the night of the birthday party, something happens, and the next morning our patriarch is found dead in his room, and it all seems like it was a suicide. But was it though? This is when the fantastic Daniel Craig comes in with his hilarious character that has this southern accent that it's kind of horrible accent, but it works for the character and it's hilarious, and it's part of what makes the character so like funny, and it gives him so much charm. And at the beginning you think it's weird because of course you're not used to Daniel Craig doing that kind of accent, but you get used to it and you just accept it and it's part of the character. So now we have ourselves a murder mystery, a classic whodunit situation. And I've always been a huge fan of these kind of murder mysteries. I used to love watching Murder, She Wrote with my parents when I was a kid. I used to read Agatha Christie. I need to read her again because I used to love her books and her scenarios. So we have here basically a family, a murder, and who is lying, who is saying the truth, who killed this man. In this movie we find really well-known actors like Jamie Lee Curtis and Chris Evans and Toni Collette, Daniel Craig obviously, and we also have a couple of younger actors that I also known from other series and movies, and they all do such a great job. It kind of, this family dynamic kind of reminded me a little bit of what we got in Ready or Not, because it is the exploration of the different characters, personalities, and secrets between members of the same family. So I really enjoy that, and we also get to see Ana de Armas play this main role, which she did a fantastic job. Her character was one of the toughest ones because she goes through a lot of emotions throughout the whole movie, and I think she did one of the best jobs. Together probably with Daniel Craig and Chris Evans were my three top favorite actors for this movie. The movie was beautifully shot. I really loved the script, and I think it did something that is not always easy, which is finding the right balance between comedy and suspense when you're doing a mystery thriller that also has comedy in it. And I think they did a great job. Another thing that I really loved is that at the beginning of the movie you are kind of introduced to all the different characters in a way that you get to know them a little bit better, and you realize that basically all of them are lying in one way or another, so everybody is a suspect, which is fantastic. And what I love is that he's giving you clues all the time. There are many twists and turns in the plot, so you're all the time second guessing who you thought was the killer. So it is a great take on the whodunit, even though it has some cliches, but it's still pretty good, you know, refreshing and entertaining. Something else that I really enjoyed was that you could see clearly the difference between modern detectives and how they perform their investigations, and then you have this classic eccentric detective, kind of more old school, and it was just fantastic to see the difference between the two, and how for modern kind of investigations the physical evidence is the only thing, and for the older kind of detective take is, you know, get to know the people, get to see who's lying. It's like going more in depth into the different suspects, and I just really love to see that as well. There are a couple of things that I saw coming. There is one of the things that you get revealed at the end that I kind of already guessed way ahead, or had an idea that that could be kind of one of the twists, but still, again, this movie is just so entertaining. There is not a dull moment. You're all the time being entertained, having fun, trying to guess who's done it, and it's just a joy. Like, the movie was over 2 hours, and you know, time just flew and it was just a great mystery. But that's about it. I don't want to say anything else. I don't want to spoil the movie for anybody. I think it's one of those movies that it's best if you go into it without knowing too much about the actual plot of what's going on in the story. And I have heard rumors that they're going to make a second part, but it's going to be centered in the character, in the detective played by Daniel Craig, which I'm excited about because I thought his character was fantastic and on point, and it was this, you know, eccentric old school detective. I adored it. And I'm gonna give this movie a solid 9 out of 10 because it was a great mystery thriller. There was suspense, there was comedy, the jokes landed every time. The people were laughing out loud at the theater, which you know that the jokes are landing, and it did a great job at kind of relieving the tension when it was needed, but also keep the suspense when the mystery also had to be addressed again. And I absolutely love this movie. And this was everything for our Knives Out movie review. Let me know down below your thoughts on the movie. Have you watched it? Are you planning on watching it soon? Let me know down below. And before you leave, please remember, give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber yet, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more coffee times. You can also find me in Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The links to those will be in the description box down below. And I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye!